These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
I mean, you know, like poking fun and playing and pet names and all of that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that as long as it's not like traumatizing or like hurting anybody. As long as everybody is willing to participate, right? No issue with that. I think it becomes a problem when you're pushing it too far. But like just like joking names and, you know, you might make fun of this person or a prank here and there. Like, I don't really see anything wrong with that as long as everybody understands that, you know, we're not crossing the line. I think there's a level of professionalism. I'll give you an example. One time, one of our coworkers left and went out of town, and we took his whole cubicle and covered the whole thing in foil, right? We put foil on everything. And there were pictures of famous people all over his workspace, and he was finding these pictures over time. Like they were just hidden all over the place. You know, something like that is just like, that's nothing, right? I wouldn't say go do that to somebody you don't know, right? But I don't see any problem with that because everybody involved was okay with it. There are certain things that are just kind of like, they're asking you like, hey, are you part of the culture? Like, will you do certain things like, I don't know, you gotta wear this silly hat or whatever, right? Some people will be like, yeah, I'll wear that hat. I'll be part of the culture. It doesn't mean anything to me. And then other people are like, I don't wanna do that. And maybe they're just not part of that culture. I can respect that. If you sign up to do a job, your job is the job. To be part of the culture is something totally different. That's up to the individual if they want to be part of that culture. I don't do the hazing thing. I'm not a fan of like, I need to bring somebody in and make them feel less than everybody before now they've proven themselves and so now they can be part of the, no. If you're in here, it's because we believe you belong here. And so even if you're the most junior person, you can still have a conversation with the CEO, the president, the CMO, CFO. Doesn't matter what C is before their name. Everybody is respected as an individual and everybody has like thoughts. So those great ideas can come from anybody and it's respected as such. I like that question. Okay. The one mistake I often see creatives make when they're trying to sell their ideas is overselling. That is the one thing I see constantly. You know, like it's as though like they've gone home, they've rehearsed how they want to present this idea, and they come to the presentation knowing that they're going to say X, Y, Z. They're going to get to the question and answer. The client or the leadership are going to ask one question, 2 questions. They're going to have those answers, and then everybody's going to clap and we'll go home and pop champagne. But things rarely go the way that you plan like that. And so they'll get to those presentations and you'll see them start presenting. And let's say the client goes, I love this idea. They automatically get it. It's a great idea, right? But the creative has already gone, well, I have to present this. And so they keep going with their presentation. And all of a sudden the client either gets frustrated or irritated because they feel like, why are you wasting my time when I've already bought into this? And so now they start going, all right, I'm gonna start asking questions. And you'll see like the presentation will open up a whole nother can of worms and the client starts asking questions. And this beautiful idea that you had that they were already bought into, you somehow sold your way out of it. And now you're in a terrible place with the client and they feel like, oh, well, come back to the table with another idea that might be stronger than this one that you're presenting. So the biggest thing that I've seen with creatives is that they will sell themselves out of a concept or an idea because they're so locked into the presentation. I think to avoid overselling like that is to stay present in the situation, right? When that client is asking you questions, pay attention to them. When they say they bought in, stop. There's no reason to keep going. If they buy into your idea in the first 30 seconds of a 30-minute meeting, let it go. You won. That was it. Like, that was the knockout punch. There's no reason to keep on trying to sell them on the idea when they're already bought in. I try to manage my time, and I think I have a better sense of like what I'm able to accomplish in a certain amount of time. Experience will do that for you, right? If you've never made, I don't know, a drawing of a cartoon character, when you sit down to do it, it might take you 2 hours, 3 hours. But if you've done it over and over and over again, it might take you 5 minutes, right? And your 5-minute drawing is just as good as somebody else's 3-hour drawing, which is the interesting thing about experience, right? So like the first time, it might have taken you so much longer, but because you did it the first time, you've solved all of those problems. So now the next time you do it, it'll be a lot faster. And the next time after that, and so like you're compounding like this ability to be able to get things done in a way that you never would have been capable of doing at first. Because of the experience I have at certain things, I can allot 15 minutes to do something because I've done it so many times, as opposed to having to wait 3 hours to do it.
1,